Hello again from Finley Truck and R&V. We are now going to be touring the interior of the 2020 Jayco North Point fifth wheel. Currently looking at the entry door with the steps down, guide rail over here, lock for the handle, and there is a deadbolt lock as well. Door does have a screen, can pop off with this right here, just slides over and back into place like so. Can close the screen and have that into place, and you can lock your door should you want to right back here by dropping that in the slot right there. And without further ado, entering the camper. Fire extinguisher just inside the front door. As we approach, right in front of us there is a compartment and the main control system right here. This is your home screen. Climate, lights, motors will take you to the auto level system, which you can also control from the interior. Going back to the home screen, we click on climate, brings you to the climate control. Pressing that button gives us a selection. We can do cool, cool auto, fan, or heat. Going back, we are cooling currently, even though it's 99 degrees here. Sliding down, this does bring you to the second AC. And back to the home, we can hit here. We can get an idea of our tank levels. We can control the water pump. Now, I would like to point out with that on-demand water system, the electric water heater and gas water heater do not work in here on this panel anymore. You will either need to make sure that the unit is on, that the unit itself is on, and then you can control from the panel that is mounted in that compartment. Our leveling system again does have climate. You can control all the lights right here. This unit does have capabilities for a tire pressure monitoring system. Is not currently on here, but it does come with that feature. And then this bottom one here will show battery and fuel. There is no fuel to be had, but it does show that we are running at 12.2 volts. And going back to the home, down below here there are a number of different light settings. You can configure these. You'll just need to look at the BM Pro manual to be able to figure out exactly how you want to make your configurations. And then I would like to point out here there's an extend and a retract button and a left and right button here. Toggling through, a little bit hard to see, that says A1, that's going to be awning 1, which is going to be the awning for the main portion of the fifth wheel. We'll then go to A2 right here, that will be the awning for the rear. S1 is going to be slide out 1, which is going to be the bedroom slide out. S2 will be this bunk room slide out. S3 will be the kitchen slide out, and S4 will be the slide out over here. That sums up the BM Pro. There's a lot to it. Good idea to familiarize yourself with it, but that is where it is, and that is a general overview of its functionality. Down below here is a cabinet. Does open on the other side as well. Has a hanging bar, and this shelf here is movable. At the very bottom here, we have our breaker box and fuse panel. And while we're down here, this unit also has hookups inside for the vacuum system and a little dust tray right here that automatically kicks it on. There is a little light for the steps. We'll go ahead and go this way. Above the steps will be the interior control for the inverter. Unit needs to be on down at the inverter itself. and then we can toggle it on and off right here. That will bring power to your residential fridge. Ladder right here, simply lift up and slide out, provides access to the bunks. Bunks do have a vent as well as a window, some storage over there, an outlet, satellite TV cable hookup, and sleeps about 2 up here, more if they're small kids. Sliding that back into place. Windows operate clockwise, opens, counterclockwise will close. Draw shades, pull down, locks into place, give it a little tug, and up they go. Moving on around, we come to the bathroom. Bathroom does have a pocket door with a magnet that will keep closed over here. Currently in travel position. Simply pull out and we can slide that pocket door on over into position. Nice and closed. And then back into place. And then we'll just want to make sure for travel you have those in position there. Towel hanger. Storage. More storage down below. Toilet works on a step pedal flush. Step on that pedal, brings water into the bowl and flushes into the black tank. Shower, you will want to make sure is over here with this latch down for travel. Lifting that up, there are 3 panels. Slide into place. Shower door is closed and opening from the rear. We see our shower head, small skylight, small seat, and then back over. And closed for travel. Bathroom sink, vanity, medicine cabinet, towel holder. There are light switches, accent lighting, and then this 3rd switch right here controls your fan. And you'll want to spin this dial counterclockwise to open and clockwise to close. And pressing down, we turn the fan off. Down below here, GFCI outlet, plumbing to the sink, a little bit of storage down below on both shelves. And exiting in the hallway, there is a remote control. These will pop off if you want to pull them off. You can have them with you. You can also leave them here. It does control a number of different lights. This one also controls the slide out in the bedroom. Your bed ceiling lights, reading lights, hall light, and accent light can all be controlled right here. Bedroom door does lock and opening up. Currently looking at the bedroom here. Does come with a television and remote. Emergency window opens up, spinning that lever out, pressing forward, pulling this tab, you'll pull the screen out and you will be able to exit should there be an emergency. Sliding that back into place. 4 drawers down below here. TV with remote. And then we come to the wardrobe. Lots of mirror on here. Nice feature to have, makes the room space seem a little bit bigger. Currently we have the pocket doors in travel position. You'll just need to pop those buttons off. Opening up, I do have the lights in here on sensor mode currently. A lot of storage back here. Should you want to add a washer and dryer, there are hookups. And back here, I think it's back here, right here, are outlets for the dryer and the washer. If you were to add them, this shelving over here would come out, and your washer and dryer would be situated right there. And the prep location is already labeled for you. Sliding this one back over and opening the other side. Vacuum and vacuum hose currently back here. There are outlets on these floors, near the floor on both sides of the bed, as well as windows. These windows open by squeezing these tabs and lifting up, locking into position, and all the way up at the top, squeezing those tabs again, back down and closed. Draw shades, again, they just lock into place and give them a little tug to release. This unit does come with a wine guard. Power switch is already here. Internet ready. It is compatible with the gateway, which is the antenna that you have. However, you would need to look into purchasing internet. This will also work as an extender should you pull into a campground where there is Wi-Fi that you can connect to. I believe you can also get internet to this should you be in areas that do not have internet, but that is a subscription that you would need to pay for. Bed does pop up. There is storage down below here. And outlet, as well as another remote that controls bed light, bed ceiling lights, reading lights, hall light, accent light, all interior and all exterior. Another window with a shade. Exiting the bedroom, passing by the bathroom and the bunk, moving down. We are in the living room kitchen area. Right here is a max air control. Just up above there is another fan. We press fan on. Vent opens, fan turns on. It does have 4 settings, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can also just open the vent, close the vent, and pressing the off button, we'll go ahead and turn that fan off and bring the vent down. Moving around, we'll go through the bunkhouse first. Again, another pocket door here in the travel position. You'll just simply want to pull that off, slide your door over into position. Small little storage over here. The other side of the pass-through here with the shelf. There is another shelf underneath the bed should you want to bring that one out. Storage above. Outlet and hookup back here. It does come with a television, remote. Down here we have a desk with some drawers. USB charger. 12-volt outlet. Up here at the top. Stereo works for these 2 speakers in here. Mirror, a couple of drawers down below. We have another outlet. There is another emergency window back here, works the same as the one I displayed in the bedroom. This clip right here, you'll want to pull out and we can lift the bunk up and lock it into position for using the sofa. This also does jackknife out into a bed. You'll just need to lift up, removing those cushions first, lift up, pull out, and it does turn into a bed. And there are 2 holes here for this table and legs that are on the side of the sofa. And then bringing the bunk back down into position, like so. Exiting the bunk room, GFCI outlet on the island, as well as your carbon monoxide propane alarm, which is good through April of 2030. Fridge. freezer. Does come with a water dispenser and ice maker. Back to the island. Drawers. Pull out trash can area. Microwave. Storage above the microwave. Storage to the left. There is a light switch underneath here which controls this light up top, as well as this little strip over here. We also have another one of the remote panel controls. To light your burners, there is a flame on all three burners. You'll want to turn to the flame, and then your spark over here will ignite, and then we can control the size of our flame like so. And again, lighting all three just for good measure. There is a light switch here. And to light the oven, you'll want to hold this one in at the flame with the indicator arrow and turn your spark knob right there. It does take a little while for the oven to light, but it will light. Down below, storage and drawers over here. Spinning back around, underneath the kitchen sink, double basin kitchen sink here. Faucet with pull down. There is the drinking water spigot right here, controlled by this pump down here. On off is at the bottom. We can see that red indicator light is currently on. This line right here, this does have a shutoff on it, which provides water to the fridge and freezer. You can toggle that over and shut off water supply over there should you want to. And this line going up and over controls your drinking water, and we hear that pump kick on. Another GFCI outlet on the other side of the island. To the left of the microwave, 4 big shelves with a light over here. That light controlled by this switch right here. Entertainment center. Stereo. Does have 3 zones. 1, 2 are both interior, 3 is exterior. Is hooked up to the TV as well. TV itself pops up with this lever right here and closes by pressing down on it. There is an emergency exit window behind, as well as an inverter powered outlet should you want to plug the television or other such items into that to work with the inverter. 2 remote controls control both stereos. We do have a remote control as well for the fireplace. Number of different settings on there. Have a temperature, heat, timer, and a dimmer for the lights. Living room remote control. And to get the TV back up, you will simply just pull up here, and it works on a gas system and pops up back into place. Windows throughout currently have the blinds down because it's so hot. There are windows back behind there. Ottoman does lift up for additional storage. Bed back here also jackknifes out. You will just need to make sure that you remove these cushions, lift up in the middle, pull out, and you will have more sleeping area there. There are outlets on both sides of the sleeper sofa, as well as a USB charger. 2 switches over here control the lights. Back here. And our switch right here controls the lights in the slide out right there. Chairs do recline They also have motorized recline and massage and heat, as well as USB charging. There's also a light which displays down below. This middle section folds down into position and pops open, revealing 2 cup holders, 2 USB chargers, and an outlet. Simply press down, pops back into place. And the other one here, just for display purposes, holding that open button, reclines, close button, closes it back up, light down below. Moving onward, we have our light over here, works on a push button, windows with shades, kitchen table does extend. You'll want to lift this top panel up, sliding out, and bring it back down into position. Nice little extension there. And bringing this back up, there's also some storage underneath that main panel, and sliding the extension back into position and bringing it down. Kitchen chairs, and we have another remote wall mount control. Spinning back around and towards the back. And folks, this concludes the interior tour of the 2020 Jayco North Point fifth wheel. Thank you.